Shalom. Want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rekakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders at GMS to rule well. Peace and blessings to the Akim that's out there fighting, doing this work with truth and sincerity. It's your brother. Back again with another lesson. And Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect men out there that are listening or watching these videos. That's a quick lesson I want to get into. Listen to the brothers in Alabama, man, through the Spirit. And we know through the Spirit that Esau is going to rush in like a flood. Actually, let me start there in Revelations 12 and 12. Make this short because there's going to come a time where Esau is going to bring in his military to bring upon the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the people over here in this country as well. The heathens going to get caught up in the same madness as well, man. But you Jakes, according to the scriptures, according to biblical prophecy, okay, it speaks about the time of Jacob's trouble. This is Revelations 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil, when you read the book of Job 9 and 24, it said the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So we know who's ruling and running this place. And devil simply means deceiver. Diablo means deceiver. Who's the one running around the planet Earth deceiving everyone of their nationality, telling them that they so-called Chinese or so-called African Americans and so-called Jamaicans and so-called Puerto Ricans and so-called North American Indians and so-called Seminole Indians and so-called Dominicans, you see? Putting up an image of the false Messiah, claiming that he's a Edomite. Putting up a false image of the Most High, saying they white, and the angels and so on and so forth. Okay, deceiving the people, saying that they eating healthy food when half of the food is GMOs. So therefore, that's who running the heavens. So the Spirit is telling them, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Because they want to put their plan in fruition to go ahead and try to put their capstone, if you will, on top of their so-called enterprise. And if you see on the back of the dollar bill, they have the all-seeing eye. They want to put their capstone upon that pyramid, saying that they New World Order is complete. But nonetheless, Esau is going to bring in his military rushing into your neighborhoods and ghettos, wherever Jake may reside, to force you with the vaccine, with the jab, and also to ultimately put the RFID chip in you and trying to make you slaves by putting particles from the jab in you to make you like a walking software, basically a slave. So Operation Warp Speed is to speed up their new system they want to bring in, and he's going to come in like a flood, especially upon you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. So we telling you to get right with the Lord, because according to the prophecies and the curses in the Deuteronomy chapter 68, 28 in Deuteronomy speaks about the cargo slave ships. No man shall buy or save or redeem you out of these troubles. And it's only going to take Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, okay, that's going to be able to protect you, so to speak, or put you in his pavilion, man. This is Psalms 124 and 2. If it had not been the Lord who was on our side, when men rose up against us, now they want to come to warp speed. They want to put the lockdown again. They want to use their military to come into your neighborhoods and all that. So they're going to rise up against the Lord's people, against the men of the Lord as well, you see. So if it had not been the Lord who was on our side, because it's going to take a higher power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai to be upon our sides, man. When man rose up against us, I just read to you in Revelations that they shall come in like a flood. That flood is talking about his military, you see. Then they have swallowed us up quick when their wrath was kindled against us. Then the waters had overwhelmed us, and the stream had gone over our soul. That's the flooding. That's how fast they're going to come in with their troops. It's going to be like a rushing flood. That's why you see these waters above you in the picture, in the still picture that I put up through the Spirit. That's how quick and powerful he's going to come. But the Lord said, if it had not been the Lord on our side, man, because it's going to take Yahweh Bashim Abishai to stand up, to send the angels Yahweh Shai to protect the elect out there, which is so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Then the waters had overwhelmed us, and the stream had gone over our soul, man. You see what I'm saying? Then the proud waters had gone over our soul, man. So the proud waters talking about Esau's military. It's going to be overwhelming. So it's going to have to take a different type of mind frame. You see what I'm saying? With this doctrine that you're going to be able to make it through and be unmovable in this thing, man. It's going to have to take this doctrine would have to, it's going to give you a different mind frame. When the proud waters represents Esau's military, it's going to be overwhelming you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in the world, man. You see what I'm saying? So we praying to Yahweh Bashim Abishai that this doesn't take place. And we out here trying to warn you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans of such things. But you don't want to adhere, okay, to the words of Yahweh Bashim Abishai. So what if you don't hear to this? Then what you going to do? You're going to be left out there and get overrushed by the storm or the waters or the military that is coming. This is Hebrews 12 and 25. And it reads, see ye that ye refuse not him that speaketh. For if they escape not who refuse him that spake on earth, much more shall not we escape if we turn away from him that speaketh from heaven. Read it again, Hebrews 12 and 25. See that ye refuse not him that speaketh. For if they escape not who refuse him that spake on the earth, much more shall not we escape if we turn away from him that speaketh from heaven. That's the Most High that's speaking through his son, through his prophets whom he set up to speak before you, you see? So be careful not to refuse the men who's speaking to you, man. You see? So if you dare refuse the men who's speaking to you that's coming from on high, if you then now reject Salak. So don't refuse, be careful not to refuse the men who's speaking to you through the Spirit, man. If you do, then how are you going to reject the one who's speaking from heaven? And who is the one speaking from heaven? It's Yahweh Bashim Abishai. And how are they speaking from heaven? Through his men. So don't reject the message that's being conveyed unto you, man. Because we're coming into some turbulent times. We're coming into some very, very dire times, man. So whose voice then shook the earth? Whose voice shook the earth? The Most High's, man. When Noah was out on the scene preaching, did not the Lord's voice through Noah shake the earth, and then it started flooding? It started to rain. Whose voice then shook the earth? But now he hath promised, saying, yet once more I shall not shake the earth only, but also heaven. And how he goes do that? With these thermonuclear missiles, ICBM missiles. That's how he's going to shake the earth. Because he said, yet once more. Because when the voice shook the earth, then he spoke through Noah to prophesy to his people. And how did he shake the earth then? By the floods, by the waters. Then it said, but now he hath promised, saying, yet once more I shake not the earth only, but also heaven. He's going to take Esau out of his rulership. And he's going to ultimately take him out of the rulership by thermonuclear destruction, man. And whose word yet once more signifieth the removing of those things that are shaken, which is this kingdom, as of things that are made, that those things which cannot be shaken may remain. And what's the things that cannot be shaken shall remain? The elect of the nation of Israel that consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You're going to have a different mind frame and be unmovable when this flood come in. You see what I'm saying? And this word, yes, once more signifies the removing of those things that are shaken, as of the things that are made, that those things which cannot be shaken may remain. And the kingdom starts with the elect of the nation of Israel, man, in this doctrine, you see. So the Most High is going to shoot missiles upon this place because it's coming into a third world war. That's how it's going to shake and remove his kingdom up out of its place in the rulership that be, man. You see what I'm saying? So it's best for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to take heed to the men that's speaking to you. And again, be careful who you refuse when you hear the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, the men who's speaking to you, man. Because that's how the Most High is speaking from heaven. It's through his men. So if you don't listen, then how you go reject the one who speaks from heaven? Because he's speaking through his prophets, man. You see? This is Luke 10 and 16. He that heareth you, heareth me. You see? Well, once again, don't reject the one who speaks from heaven, because it says this, he that heareth you, heareth me. Because remember, he's speaking through his prophets, beginning with the apostles and elders of GMS on down throughout the four corners of this earth. He that heareth you, heareth me, and he that despise you. So if you don't want to listen to us, you despise what we saying, you despise me. You despising the one who sent the men of the Lord to tell you of these things. And he that despises me, despises him that sent me. You see what I'm saying? So this is prophecy that's taking place right now. And we're here to warn you of these things to come. The Esau is going to come like a flood, but it's going to have to take the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, to be of our protection, of our pavilion, man. So don't refuse the one who sent his men out before you to tell you of these things. Take heed to what's being conveyed unto you. Because if you don't hear the men of the Lord, then you don't hear Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. And when the proud waters, aka Esau's military, come in overwhelmingly like a flood, what mind state you going to be in then? You're going to be shakable. You're not going to be unshakable. You're going to be shakable. You're not going to be planted in the doctrine that was being conveyed unto you, man. So yeah, man, brothers, we got to keep hoping and praying that the Lord is with us. Yeah, we're going to do it to this end. May brothers keep fighting, man, and hold in line. Lord willing, this is edifying, and may we all endure to the end. Until the next time, I shall say, Shalom.